I'm well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Today we're going to be talking about relationship. Just different things in relationship that we as women go through that sometimes we go through in silence because a lot of times people don't understand us or a lot of times people just don't care. You know, if their life is going good, sometimes people just don't care about what you're going through in life. So, Amicia,
I want to know what are some early signs of an abusive relationship?
well, in my opinion, early signs are it's basically you have different types of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, the early signs can be, where financial abuse is taking control in the beginning, or emotional abuse, or sometimes it's just with a man putting his hands on you.
Give me an example of emotional abuse.
Emotional abuse is basically psychological. It's when someone really plays on your mind. It can be threats. It can be being aggressive. It can be isolating you. I think those things, though, all of those things play a part in emotional abuse because it plays on the mind. It causes you just to think different, or let's just say, for instance, in my opinion, of emotional abuse is when a man gets emotional himself.
Okay, so when he tries to flip the script.
I don't know what I'll do without you. I can't live without you. I can't be without you. My life is not complete without you. Things like that. It could be just as little as her wanting to go out with her friends.
Yeah.
It don't necessarily have to be something that is big. It can be a woman wanting to go with her family.
Right.
Wanting to hang out with her children or her parents or what have you, and the man feels that he's gonna die while she's gone. I think that that's emotional abuse because now it causes you to alter your route.
Mm-hmm.
It causes you to alter what you're gonna do as far as the events go with your family. So now you're finding yourself canceling dates with your family,
right.
Events with your family. I think those are parts of emotional abuse because now your family realizing that your pattern has changed.
And that feeds into psychological abuse because now you're having to come up with last minute lies to cover for, keeping the peace in your house.
Exactly. So, but I think personally, a lot of women go through emotional abuse and don't even know it. Because emotional abuse brings on depression. And I think that's one of the signs of being emotionally abused.
Okay, so wait a minute. I know we're not dealing with depression, but what are some of the signs of depression from maybe an emotional situation with a significant other? Like withdrawal.
Withdrawal. I would say, changing your patterns, doing things differently. Sometimes lack of sleep.
Okay, or like an abrupt change in your pattern.
You can't sleep. You can't function. You can't relate to everyday life. I think that those are some signs.
Okay.
So listen. So I feel that with emotional abuse, sometimes you have to be around. You have to have a support system. And your support system should be able to realize and recognize that things have changed in your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even with suicide, like it's a lot of people that commit suicide. I truly believe that a lot of people caught that. They caught the change in their pet. You know what I mean? Because you have people that say I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
And they don't do it.
Right.
Because they want attention. They want to cry for help. But then there are ways that you cry for help that you're silent, but still you're crying out for help by the way that you move in character. You know what I mean?
So what would you suggest that a family member who, because a lot of people who are in abusive situations are, intentionally solitary. They pull themselves away and they withdraw. So they won't answer the phones. What suggestions or advice would you have for?
Check on them. Go by the house. Just send them nice, encouraging words sometimes because that's how a lot of people get found deceased. Because they don't have people that are really checking on them. Like it's been times in my life where people that I've loved and that have loved me say, "Hey, I know you're going through a rough time, but just respond to this text and let me know you're okay."
You know I'm not gonna. I'm at the house. Where's she at?
But you have to do that because a lot of times people say, well, you know, she's a private person. I don't want to bother her. You know, she got her ways, this and other. But still, at the same time, if you can't see yourself burying that person,
Come on now.
you know what I mean, or going to the hospital to see that person in a bad condition,
Right.
then you should do whatever it takes because at the end of the day, you would want that person to do that for you.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are selfish in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Again, if your life is going good, you know, you don't worry about that person that's going through a bad time because you feel like it's gonna rub off on you or it's gonna mess up your relationship with girl, I'm happy.
So you know I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So how is a person to know? I mean, like, okay, because you